Hi there guys, and welcome back to Luxe Life. An ideal timepiece should be classy, bold, and dare we say, timeless. Your accessories can say a lot about you to another person. They may even make or break a first impression, which is why today's video is about the top 5 watches that you don't know but should. Curious about which watches made it to our list? Keep watching our video to find out. Number 5. Rolex Datejust. The Datejust is easily Rolex's most basic watch, having been introduced in 1945 when Rolex added a date element to their bubble back watch. The Datejust exemplifies what Rolex considers to be the most important features of a timepiece. Rolex is a conservative brand, and the Datejust is their most practical model, delivering just what you need in a daily watch. Although a 41mm version was introduced in 2009, the Datejust was previously only available in smaller sizes such as 36mm for men, 31mm for women, and 26mm for ladies. Many prominent people have worn this timeless style, including President Dwight D. Eisenhower, many actors, and even Tony Soprano. The Datejust is a classic Rolex model that works as well with jeans and a t-shirt as it does with a suit and tie. Prices start at $9,000 for the Datejust 2, but if you favor yellow gold and pave diamonds, the sky's the limit. Number 4. Glassshut Original Senator Navigator. Pilot-style timepieces, in addition to diver-style timepieces, are the most popular sports watches, and there are a lot of them. Pilot watches are among the earliest large watches, and it's difficult to say who invented them originally. From the 1920s onwards, many of the early ones were German and Swiss, according to popular belief. This iconic style has been imitated by hundreds of manufacturers and is frequently referred to as Bier. Because there's no apparent living parent to the design, we picked the original Senator Navigator from Glassshut Original to symbolize this classic living legend watch. A hacking movement, the ability to stop the second hand by taking out the crown, a Breguet balance spring, a chronometer certification, and a long leather strap made it possible to wear the watch over a flight suit. The strap usually included 2 ornate rivets on each side near the watch case's shoulders, which is 4 in total. To stop the movement from magnetic fields, the watch was provided with an anti-magnetic shell. Glassshut Original produces a few pieces in their original Senator Navigator Pilot watch line, which sell for over $7,000 on average and are of exceptional quality while being hard to come by even where Glassshut Original watches are offered. Other companies who sell this design charge anything from a few $100s to tens of thousands of dollars. Number 3. Cartier Santos. The Cartier Santos is a very long-lasting design that's inextricably related to the beginning of piloted flight. Around 1906, Alberto Santos Dumont became the first person to accomplish sustained flight in a fixed-wing aircraft. Dumont was good friends with Louis Cartier, a French jeweler, and had told him about the trouble he had attempting to examine his pocket watch while flying. Cartier set out to create a wristwatch that would enable Dumont to check the time without having to take his hand off the controls. Cartier designed the first pilot's watch to assist Dumont with a practical difficulty, and it's said to have sparked the custom of men wearing timepieces on their wrist, which was previously solely done by women. The naming of this series suggests that this watch will have a bigger case. This one is 39.80mm in diameter with a case thickness of 9.38mm, and it has a lot of wrist presence for a square watch. This model is about 5mm bigger than the Santos do Cartier medium versions. The case is composed of brushed stainless steel and has an 8-screw bezel with a black ADLC coating. The Santos 100, with its unique square-style casing and Roman numeral dial, has been redesigned to a current 51 by 41.3mm dimension. The Santos has survived due to its roots as well as its utilitarian sports design, which, despite its age, still looks excellent to this day. Prices start at about $6,700. Number 2. Breitling Navitimer. Another notable pilot watch, the Breitling Navitimer, was introduced in the early 1950s. The combination of a chronograph and a slide rule bezel made this watch renowned. While the Navitimer was not the first Breitling watch to have these features, it was soon accepted by military and professional pilots as a helpful tool since it could do a variety of in-flight computations in addition to telling time. This was made possible by the combination of a slide rule and a chronograph. The Navitimer's value faded as cockpits became more digital, although many pilots are still taught to use older analog calculating techniques as a backup if electronics fail. The Breitling Navitimer is much more than a tool, having earned the distinction of being a high-end tool watch for the discerning and astute active man. Breitling now provides a version of the Navitimer with their own in-house movements, and it's still one of the brand's best-selling watches to this day. The cost is around $9,000. Number 1. Tag Heuer Monaco. The Heuer Monaco was introduced in 1969 as one of the earliest automated chronographs and was named after the famed Monaco Grand Prix Formula One track by Jack Heuer. The Monaco was even seen on Steve McQueen's wrist in the 1971 film Le Mans with its square casing and now famous caliber 11 automatic movement. The Monaco was a chronograph classic that was retired after just a few years, but the design was reissued by McQueen in 1998 and eventually revived by Tag Heuer in 2003. Vintage and limited edition Monacos are highly sought for and command a high price on the second-hand market. From about $4,500, a Monaco will deliver about as distinctive a wrist presence as can be found today, whether you're channeling Steve McQueen or Walter White. We got 2 extra watch recommendations for you guys because you're such great fans of ours. Jaeger LeCoultre Reverso. The Reverso was introduced in 1931, and it's one of the first collaborations between Jaeger and LeCoultre, who later combined to become a single brand. The Reverso was planned from the outset to be a high-end watch designed for members of Britain's upper crust to wear while playing polo in colonial India. While the notion of a flipping case may seem simple by today's standards, it proved difficult to industrialize at first. To protect itself, the rectangular casing turned over to reveal a solid metal rear. The angular timepiece's Art Deco style and attractive characteristics earned it a fast success among high society persons, particularly in Europe. Reverso manufacturing came to a standstill in the middle of the 20th century, and it wasn't until the 1980s that it began to resurface. This was particularly true in the previous 2 decades. Its attractive style is traditional, yet it's also ageless and innately manly. In addition, Jaeger LeCoultre boasts a bewildering assortment of Reverso shapes and sizes to cater to the majority of luxury watch buyers. Jaeger LeCoultre manufactures the Reverso casing and movement entirely in-house. The typical cost is roughly $10,000. IWC Portuguese. The IWC Portuguese collection's tale begins with its name. According to IWC, in the 1930s, a group of Portuguese ship merchants came to their Swiss factory to request a readable and extremely exact watch that could be worn while aboard a ship. Because the ship couldn't update its clocks when far from shore, it was important to have exact marine chronometer clocks while at sea at the time. Instead of relying on fixed clocks, the men of Portugal desired accurate wrist timepieces. While it's uncertain how accurate the original clocks were, it is known that the timepieces that sprang from the collaboration were quite popular. Their design is inspired by ship instruments and marine clocks, and they're still among IWC's best-selling products. The Portuguese is available in a variety of designs, but all have a white dial with attached Arabic numerals and proportionate hands. To many, it's the pinnacle of watch design, and it's regarded as a living legend by everyone. The typical cost is roughly $10,000. Alright guys, that's all from us today. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to help support our channel. And don't forget to leave a comment down below to tell us which of these 5 watches you wish to own.